Good morning. Good morning. Um, I'm gonna get into day 19. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks for this.
What I really like about the Cloud Lifter is it really brings the mic into the preamp and makes it.
So we are here, trial day number 19.
Okay, here we go, y'all. Day 19 by Chronicle Speaks.
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes, we got you.
So we are here, trial day number 19, but let's first recap day number 18. So day number 18 of Sean P. Diddy Combs' federal trial was emotionally heavy and deeply disturbing, as the court heard graphic, detailed, and often heartbreaking testimony from Jane Doe, who was an anonymous woman who claimed she was manipulated, DRUGGED, and sexually exploited by Combs over the course of their relationship. Now, Jane testified that her relationship with Combs began in 2020, and although she was not officially his girlfriend, she quickly found herself entangled in a world of control, coercion, and what she described as hotel nights, which are sex parties that Combs allegedly orchestrated regularly. Now, she revealed that between May 2021 and October 2023, she was expected to engage in these hotel nights, often with multiple male entertainers. Now, Combs would either watch, film, direct, or sometimes participate. These nights, Jane said, left her physically sore, emotionally drained, and frequently high, as she was allegedly given drugs like ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, and pink Tucci by Combs or his staff. Now, when she didn't want to perform, he would either guilt trip her or reference the $10,000 a month he was paying to cover her rent. Now, she described specific instances where she was forced to push through these nights, even when dealing with painful infections, throwing up, or crying. At one point, she testified that Combs told her, "That's good. Now you're ready for the third guy," after she vomited. When she attempted to opt out of a session, he allegedly became agitated, and she was forced to apologize to the entertainer afterwards under his instruction. Now, Jane also admitted to arranging performers herself at times, like Sly, Paul, Anton, Don, or Leo, sometimes booking their flights, sometimes receiving help from Combs' assistant or travel agent because she was too high to do it herself. Now, these encounters were sometimes gifts to Combs on special occasions like Valentine's Day or when he returned from a trip. Now, even while describing the trauma, Jane confessed that she loved Combs and would block out how she felt just to be close to him after these nights. Now, she recalled moments of tenderness after the abuse, cooking for him, massaging him, and feeling happy just to sleep next to him.
Man, you just admit you was desperate. Just admit you want his money, you want his lifestyle, and you were desperate for it. The end.
But she also broke down in court, admitting that she was just a freaky desire to him, not someone he truly loved. Today, we're looking forward to continuing the direct examination of Jane Doe. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this case and so much more. Now, let's get back into it.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Well, he told the truth about that. Diddy and his legal team are not stopping. They are now demanding a mistrial, claiming the government knowingly used false testimony to sway the jury. The defense points to shocking story that Diddy allegedly dangled a woman named Brianna Bongolan over a 17-story balcony back in 2016. Both Brianna and Cassie Ventura testified about this incident, with Cassie saying she saw it happen, but Diddy's lawyers say that's a lie, and they've got the text to prove Cassie only heard about it, not witnessed it firsthand. They also say Brianna's version of the story doesn't add up physically, and that she claimed injuries like a leg bruise, supposedly from Diddy, while he was proven to be in New York, not LA, at the time. According to Diddy's team, hotel records, and even old concert news articles back up Diddy's alibi. On top of that, the defense says the government made things worse by showing the jury photos of Breonna's injuries and allowing hearsay, all while knowing the timeline didn't make sense. But it doesn't stop there. They also accuse prosecutors of trying to paint Diddy as someone with shady influence over the LAPD, and the feds brought up an old incident involving fingerprints tied to Kid Cudi that mysteriously witness by the name of Mia testify about getting out of tickets just by mentioning Diddy's name. Defense says it's all part of a plan to make Diddy look like he's untouchable. Diddy's lawyers are saying enough is enough, that the jury has been fed a misleading and unfair narrative, and they want the whole trial thrown out. And one more thing.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working. If you have peace, if you have good relationships with loved ones, or if you have healthy boundaries, if you're able to put
fed a misleading and unfair narrative, and they want the whole trial thrown out. And one more thing before we get into the trial. Now, we've heard Christina Korm's name time and time again with just about each witness that has stepped on the stand. Well, according to USA Today, on Thursday, June 5th, a statement from prosecutors that they may have caught the big kahuna, Christina KK Korm, which we all know is Combs' former chief of staff and right-hand woman. Now, inside and aside with the judge, lawyers for the government called Korm an agent and co-conspirator, marking the first time she has been referred to that way. The language implies Korm has likely reached an agreement with the prosecution and will testify. Now, we all know what a co-conspirator is, but I had to look up and find out what they meant by agent. Now, in this legal context, agent means someone who acted on behalf or carried out tasks for another person, and in this case for Diddy, as part of the alleged criminal activity. So in other words, Diddy may not be the only one getting locked up if found guilty for these crimes.
Oh, you federally fucked now.
Now, it's been noted that today, Maureen Comey, the prosecutor, said that she will take up most of the day, if not all day, to finish direct examination. So if you were looking forward to the cross-examination of Jane today, like I was, it doesn't look like it will be happening. We'll look forward to that tomorrow. Now, before the jurors come in, the judge says, I have the defense's motion to dismiss, but the government has said they will respond today. I don't have anything from them yet, so we'll address it tomorrow, along with whether Dr. Hughes can be recalled. So he's allowing the prosecution to respond to Diddy's request for a mistrial. He's also talking about the possibility of Dr. Hughes being able to come back. And like I said before, the prosecution wants Dr. Hughes back. Again, Dr. Hughes is a clinical and forensic psychologist known for expert testimony in trauma and abuse cases. They're wanting to bring her back because the defense tried to discredit the emotional and psychological impact on Diddy's alleged victims. Okay, judge says, with that being said, let me see lead counsel in the robing room. So what is being discussed? The issues around the order of pseudonym. Okay, at 9:18, the jury is being brought in. Judge says, all rise. Jane, you are still under oath. Prosecutor Comey says, good morning, Jane. Good morning, Miss Comey. Publish the photo to the jury, but not on the screen for the public gallery. Who is this? Sean's security? And this? Sean's deputy butler? Who did you call ATL? The entertainer Sly because he lived in Atlanta? You messaged to Sean, what was this about? My trip to New York in 2023. He wrote, send me some shit of you being bad. Then Sean says, I got the phones, just send me what I don't have. Don't say no to me, please. What did you write? I wrote, you're traveling with our phones? You mean not Sean's two main phones? Yes, his assistant had access to those. I wrote, you're using this to get your DICK card for someone else? I wrote, I'm not coming to New York. You just want me there for a hotel binge. Why did you say that? I saw a podcast. What about? About Sean bragging about having sex for 48 hours straight on a yacht trip to an island near Miami.
So how many rounds you be going?
You know.
The people don't.
What's the answer?
Baby, let me tell y'all something. On which yacht? This don't go to sleep. I be like, God damn. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For real. I really thought that I was gonna like make him tap out. Like I really thought he was gonna be bent off no chance. This don't go to sleep.
Comey says, when did the podcast air? A month after Sean said he'd take me on a yacht trip. What had Sean said he'd do to you on a yacht trip? Objection, says Gustavo. Overruled. That after a 2-day hotel night, we go on and do more on a yacht, but we never left. Had to recuperate. I saw on social media he took a girlfriend there.
We had went to Love Island for my birthday.
Yeah, I have an island. So when I took you to Love Island, and then you realized that, you know, the plane landed and then we had to float to another island, what was going through your head when we were going there?
I was finally gonna go to war by this man. See, I can't get up here telling y'all my truth, but for real, I was just like, God damn, it's different over here.
So what did you write in your notes app? I wrote, I don't want to come to New York and be treated like no hoe. Why did you write this in your notes app? I wasn't sure I was going to send it. But did you send a version of it? Yes. What did Sean reply? He says it was just podcast talk. I said you took her to the Bahamas on a yacht, not me, not like you promised after the hotel night. Can you read your text? I quoted him on the podcast. You made Papa proud. You wrote, I don't want to feel obligated that you'll stop paying my rent. What did you mean? The guilty tripping thing that he would say that I had to perform? For how long had you felt like this? Since I got home in April 2023. Play this exhibit. Combs' voice says, this is a true open relationship. Why do you have to make it a problem? Now I'm sick. Prosecution says, how did you reply to his voice message? She says, call me back. Then we had a FaceTime. He said all the things to calm me down. What did you send Sean from the plane to New York? A photo of my outfit. Where were you planning to wear it? To dinner. What did Sean send you? He said, we're going to dinner. Did you? A late night lounge thing. Okay, I'll read this for you. You wrote, I missed your hard DICK. And I wrote, yes, I have my passport with me. Then what did you write? I wrote, you turn me on so crazy, can't wait. After the flight took off, I got a message from Sean. What did Sean ask you? Where Sly was. Then he asked, entertainment or movie night? Let me know, I'll get a hotel. How did you react? I felt upset and a little defeated. What did you send next? Baby just got Wi-Fi again. What did Sean write? He said, check red phone. The other messages he sent me. He said, I have a surprise for you. Just one. What did you take that to mean? That there'd be somebody new. Then she starts to cry. Who? An entertainer. I hated it. What did Sean send you? A picture of the man? I rolled my eyes. I wrote back, it's not loading. We are landing now. What did you send Sean? I suggested we go to Casa Cipri.
Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Jonathan.
This is Darla.
And this is Buddy.
We're the founders of the Farmer's Dog.
We've made an entirely new way to feed your dog.
It all started with my first dog, Jada.
I suggested we go to Casa Cipriani, but I was driven to the Trump Hotel. I put on my outfit. What happened that night? He was late. He went to that lounge. We bickered a bit. He was defensive, but we went to the room and Sly came. What did you text to Sly? I asked if he could come to New York. I felt I needed to make it up to Sean. Did he come to the Trump Tower and did you have SEX in front of Sean? Yes. After that New York trip, where did you see Sean next? In Miami at a hotel. Did you two take these pictures? Not shown to the public gallery. Yes. We had Sly in Miami as well. Then I went back to LA. We had an argument there. Tell us why. He wanted to set up a party. He wanted me to reach out to entertainers. I noticed something online that he was with an ex-girlfriend of his. I was furious. Did you ever speak with any of these women? No, I found out on Instagram. These text messages, October 15, 2023. Please read what you wrote. I text, you got that girl next to you. Her bullshit is already starting. Meaning, drama. I told Sean introduce her to P. Who? Paul, one of the entertainers. Then I wrote, I am not a PORN star. These experiences are desensitizing SEX for me. And here on October 16, 2023, the same fight. Please read these. I wrote, I don't want to be effed in these rooms. I felt there was more pressure on me than the others. There was an imbalance. I had to earn basic things for my romance, love and romance. He was giving it to others. He was clearly capable of it. I wrote, it's been 3 years of me having to F strangers. He wrote, so we're breaking up?
Chick, you was a side chick, okay? You can't be a side chick and want main chick privileges. STF you, man.
Prosecution says, so is that what you were proposing? No, I wrote, I need a break spiritually. And then she starts to cry. What did you write next? I wrote, sex is sacred to me.
Why would she say that? Like,
But hey, we listen and we don't judge. Let's continue. You always push me to do more and more. I said I need time to myself. I said, Estavo says, may we have a sidebar? Judge says, you may. Now we go on sidebar. Now during this long sidebar, Combs is talking to one of his attorneys, Xavier Donaldson. Judge at 10:48 says, please be seated. Miss Comey, please bring Jane back. Jane walks up past Combs' table as he passes a note to his lawyer, Alexandra Shapiro. Comey asked Jane, what did Sean write to you? He wrote, I want to spend the day with you. I wrote back, you make it crystal clear what you want me for. You're going to spend the day love bombing me? What did you mean? Sean is very love bombing. I said, I'm just the animal people can F-U-C-K on. He said, you're crazy. Comey said, how often did he call you crazy? Often. I said, you want to have me S-U-C-K, someone's D-I-C-K, so you can jet off with Gina. I said, I'm drained. He said, I'll leave you alone. In the next text, does he use your true name? Yes. And does he say, that's my house too? He does. He wrote, I'm coming over. You're going to let me in or not? Is your baby there? Are you going to let me in your house? Again and again. Sean wrote to me, I'm so stressed. I'm H-O-R-N-Y, S-M-H. What does SMH mean? Shaking my head. He said his knees weren't good. I said I was hitting up my mom. She said taking bone supplements is key. Then you saw Sean? Yes. We had the sobriety party at the hotel. First I went to a concert. I still with his security. With his security, Jonathan. I went to the store for supplies for the hotel night. Sean was in the hotel waiting. He called me B-I-T-C-H. What the F is taking so long? I got there. His assistant said, you don't deserve to be called a B-I-T-C-H. Comey said, at the L'Hermitage, what happened? I didn't want to take D-R-U-G-S. Who was the first entertainer? Rico, then Paul, then Anton, then I threw up. Sean said, good, you threw up, now you're feeling better. Then I had sex with Anton. I felt terrible. Whose text is this? Mine. I wrote, baby, I love you. Do you think you could put something in the hotel? Did you, Sean? No. I needed furniture. You weren't too busy to make sure Chelsea was ready in D.C. Play the voice note. Sean said in the voice note, I don't know where the F Chelsea is. I ain't with no B-I-T-C-H's. Leave me the F alone. I'm single. Comey said, what frustration did you feel? Not being heard about what I felt about hotel nights. Did you use names for the other women?
Style and substance in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR plus $2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Don't shower again until you've seen the disgusting truth about your water pipes. This dermatologist from New York just discovered how to transform your skin and hair with a simple shower head. And big water filter companies are furious. She created a device that purifies your shower water, making your skin softer and your hair shinier in just a few showers. Plus, it cuts your water bill by 30%. At this rate, everyone in America will have one of these by 2025. Dr. Emily Hart, a well-known dermatologist and mother of two, noticed something strange one morning. Even though she showered every day, she still felt dirty. Her skin was dry, her hair looked dull, and her shower was always moldy. However, a vacation in Switzerland brought a surprising change. In just 1 week, her skin started looking fantastic again, and her hair got shiny. When she got back to New York, Dr. Hart figured out that the big difference was the water. Switzerland is known for having the cleanest tap water, while the U.S. struggles with tap water pollutants like chlorine, fluoride, metals, and microbes. These things mess with our skin and hair every time we shower or wash our faces, making our skin dry, our hair frizzy, and our showers dirty. Seeing the problem, Dr. Emily asked her patients if they used water filters in their homes. Most of them said no because good filters are too expensive, sometimes costing thousands of dollars. Dr. Emily didn't want anyone to have to shower in dirty water, so she decided to fix the problem herself. She worked with water engineers from MIT and designers from Stanford, and after a lot of research and testing for
I felt about hotel nights. Did you use names for the other women? Yes, it was misdirected anger. I asked, what does the house have to do with what I'm saying? I wrote, I'm not Gina or Cassie. Were you telling Sean you were going to speak about your relationship? Objection, says Gustavo. Sustained. Please read. Did you reference your child? Yes, I said, you got me effed. I said, just complete what he promised about the 2 years, about the home. I said, don't contact me. Comey said, what did he say in response? He said, I'm super clear now. I said, you had me on constant pins and needles. Now I'm sick. Leave me alone. Does the next text message reference a prior relationship you had? Yes. Then he says, I was told you was crazy. He said, you took it too far, baby girl. You'll see. He was threatening me about the rent, that we don't need to do anything we don't want. I wrote, you're mad at me about a grown-ass man? Comey said, stop right there. Was this referencing to your prior relationship? Yes. I wrote, you wasted my time in this toxic-ass relationship. Did you then refer to your previous relationship? Yes. You invited me to New York to pair me up with some random man, any MFer, for your own sick sexual. Comey said, were you talking about? Jane said, the two men he had chose for me, Sly and Anton. Sean kept trying to say I chose them. I wanted it. I wrote, you want to gaslight me. What did you mean by that? He wanted me to believe I had wanted these things. What else did Sean
Which
text
you
you?
did.
He said, you and me don't have no beef. I said, you created all this evil inside me. I wrote to him, I regret everything, all this toxic ish, which overran my life. He said, you are burning a bridge that you are going to need tomorrow. What did you write? I wrote, I don't trust you. He said, 10 hours ago, you loved me. Now this, he wrote me, it's a free country. I'm an adult and you are an adult. You are writing a whole book about what you hate about me. We both made promises that we didn't keep. If you don't want to talk to me, there's nothing I can do. Did you get the phone? Yes. What did you write here? I said, you knew I would finish strong. Pep talks to me kept me performing. I know I was consenting like you said. You didn't know I didn't want it. This is my truth. I love you very much. I need to take a pause. Why did you say I know I was consenting? I picked up the word from him. He said if anyone saw these videos, they'd say you wanted it. Was that true, Jane? I'm still trying to figure that out. What did you see in the videos? I was high. I was just following a pattern, performing. Exhibit, please read it. It's from my notes. I wrote, I am having PTSD from these nights. Why in your notes app? Get my feelings out. Did you see Sean that day? Yes, at his home. I was confronting him. I was able to talk about the pain I was feeling. He was hugging me. What are these? Photos I took of us in his master bathroom. I felt he understood me in this moment. He had a Halloween video shoot. That was nice, but his birthday was approaching and I felt nervous. He wants to party hard, but he spent his birthday with his family. I got him a mobile television. We had these things called movie nights, which were our videos. I felt this TV could substitute for our entertainer. Then Cassie's lawsuit came out. It was everywhere on social media. I think I fainted. Why? Because, and she starts to sob, there were 3 pages that were harrowing what I was experiencing. Did you screenshot those pages? Yes. Do you recognize this? It's Cassie's lawsuit, filed November 16, 2023. Had you met Cassie? In 2015 at a fashion show in celebration for Sean. That's the only time I met Cassie. I was reading these pages and it felt like a nightmare. I had a lot of sympathy for her because of this. Objection. Ask a new question, says the judge. How did you react? Like I can't believe I'm reading my own story. Read your message the day of Cassie's lawsuit. 4 in one night and now I'm going to the doctor. Then 3 days later, I wrote, I'm feeling I'm reading my own sexual trauma. God finally woke me up about this cycle. You gaslit me. We're going to play some audio with your true name redacted. Show the full transcript to the jury. Loud and scratchy audio plays. Sean Combs says, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stop all this madness. She says, I don't know. Comey said, did you know you were being recorded? No. Did you know you were being listened in on? No. More audio. Jane saying, who's there when I close my eyes and I have these effed up feelings in my head? Okay, play 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Combs says in the audio, I'm trying to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Jane says, I'm just effed up right now. Combs says, are you recording me? Comey says, Jane, were you recording him? Absolutely not. More audio. Sean says, what you did is not right. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk on the phone. I don't know what the F is going on. I need you to support. You got me? That video thing. What did that mean? The mobile TV I got him. Your Honor, this might be a good place for a break. Okay, jurors, you may go. The jurors exit.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I've seen comments like it would be so much easier if there was an app that I could just stream it to my TV.
The mobile app is the whole point of having this. It's supposed to be on the go. It's supposed to be able to download the videos to your phone.
The app pays for itself eventually.
I thought these people that have been, with me really deserve an upgraded experience.
Now with Uscreen, I'm wanting to use the app more because of how good it looks and how easy it flows. Notifications happening on all the time because women are providing feedback, asking questions, engaging on the community. It's exciting every time I get to open up my app.
When we launched Buttons Plus where Uscreen, right away, it exceeded my expectations.
How much longer, Miss Comey? I'm confident I'll finish today. It may be the end of the day, but today. Then they go on break. Now Jane is back on the stand and she's testifying that she did not see Diddy for 3 months after Cassie filed her lawsuit. So between November 2023 and February 2024, Jane said that they were on a 3-month break. Now, although they didn't physically see each other, they still had communications with one another. So now Jane is speaking about a message that she sent to Combs on December 7th, 2023 with a screenshot of something on Instagram. And she said something was very triggering for me. The Instagram post was not discussed or shown in court. Now, Jane's text messages say, I'm crying and it's so close to some nights I felt forced. She also wrote, please stop using women for your fetish and leave women alone who don't want those nights for you. Hire prostitutes and stop emotionally harming women that love you. Combs responded, you're trying to set me up. This is crazy. Effing crazy. Are you recording our phone calls? Jane texts back, no, stop calling me. You will never understand because you're so deep in your own lies that you tell yourself. She also wrote, I set up the man for myself because I didn't want to be set up with any more strangers. It was a protective instinct for myself. She continues to testify about the messages she exchanged with Sean P. Diddy Combs in December 2023. On December 27, 2023, she sent Combs messages in which she said he was never satisfied. You couldn't even handle this pain. I'm not even the same person anymore. Combs asked her how they could move on and if she was free in the new year. Jane said she lifted him up in those rooms and took a lot to make him happy. In later messages, Combs said, stop with the rooms and accusing her of setting him up. Jane testified that he was referring to the hotel nights and testified she was not planning on filing a lawsuit against him. Jane said she felt manipulated and violated, and she said she wanted to vent to the only person she could because she'd never confided in anyone about those hotel nights. Now, when asked why she never told anyone about the hotel nights, she responded because it was just a shameful, dark secret of mine. In the messages, Combs asked to see her, but she wasn't answering him for a time. Jane testified.
Ma'am, just like Cassie, you wanted a lifestyle. Stop. Just like Cassie and the rest of them, you wanted access to Diddy and the lifestyle. Let's just cut the mess, alright?
That she was trying not to answer Combs because he would gaslight her in a way that warped her sense of reality. Every time I would speak my truth or how I would really be feeling, Sean would just give me a different version of it and say it wasn't this or it wasn't that. At some point, they got on a FaceTime call, and Jane testified Combs told her on the phone repeatedly to charge him an amount that would help her move on. According to Jane, Combs said things on the phone like, charge me for your resentment, and I just need you to get over this. Jane testified he also said at the time, I don't want any loose ends. After that call, Jane sent Combs a text message outlining terms in which Combs would pay her hundreds of thousands of dollars for what she felt would compensate her for the 3 years of the relationship. In response, Combs told her that she was an opportunist, a liar, and a con artist. She also testified that Combs threatened to show her sex tape to the father of her child. Now, after their December 2023 conversation, Jane and Sean P. Diddy Combs did not speak until February 2024. Now, she felt a sense of calm during that time with some distance from Combs. Jane described a trip she took in January 2024 with friends to Las Vegas. Now, she flew to Vegas on a rapper's plane and went with the group to a dinner, a show, and later the rapper's hotel room. When some of the group got to the hotel room late that night, one of the entertainers that she and Combs paid for hotel room encounters was there, Anton. Comey asked her, other than that time, had you ever seen Anton other than at the hotel nights? No. This friend that you were with, was it platonic? Yes. In the hotel room, Anton was having sex with a woman. The rapper and his girlfriend was there. There was flirting. How were your finances in January 2024? I decided to do an OnlyFans account. What kind of content did you create? Lingerie, swimwear, implied nudity. What's that? Your hands cover your body. I wanted to stand up on my own 2 feet. I was also getting child support and some money from Bear. I advertised his brand on my social media. He offered me money. Actually, he just sent it to me. How much? $9,000. He said, if you want to post for my brand, do. No big deal. Sean messaged me he'd had a dream about me, that I was on the Concorde. Why did you answer him? I missed him dearly. So what do you want to do on your birthday, he said. I said, I'm traumatized by my past birthdays and what they led to. What did Sean write? Send me a picture of them pretty teeth. If you change your mind, I miss you. Stay happy. Love. What did you write? That I'm just being mature. I don't think I'm ready to see you. Did you see him for your birthday in February 2024? Yes.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
How was it in Miami? Sean had candles. My heart was beating super fast, and I think his was beating fast too. We were oddly in the same color. I thought that was nice. What happened at dinner? Balloons, a 5-course dinner. We used ecstasy. Then Sean asked, do you want to see Don? Do you? What was your reaction? I was high. I said, okay. Me and Don had sex in One Star. Then we rested a couple of days. Then we flew back to LA. We were back together. In 2024, where did you visit Sean? Miami in May, July and August, and at my residence in LA a couple of times. Did you and Sean go out in Miami and LA together in 2024? No, things had really hit the fan. A lot was going wrong in his life. The press was after him about Cassie's lawsuit. With which entertainer did you have sex with in 2024? Anton, Don, Larry? We stayed in the residence. There was a lot of focus on Sean elsewhere. I showed him how lucrative OnlyFans was. Sean was putting on music and he went on my phone. He asked me, who's Bear? Why are you texting like this with him? The money thing came up. That Bear had sent me money. He started getting dressed. I started crying. I felt misunderstood. What did Sean text you? He wrote, what's going to happen if I come over tonight? I said, do you want me to be alone? I can arrange that. I wrote back, he was supposed to see his mother, in air quotes. I met another woman. He wanted a party. What did Sean ask? He said he wanted to sign something for him so he could have closure. I thought he meant so I wouldn't be a threat. Have you ever sent him a demand letter? No. Sean said, you are making your own money. What did you reply? I said, I am working on paying off my debt after being on call unfocused. How did you go into debt when you were dating a millionaire who gave you thousands? Gustavo says, objection, sustained. What did you write? I said, I'm tired. You can't even make it 2 years without bringing it up to me. What did Sean say here? Bear, my colleague, I said, I hate living in fear. The roof over my head was just going to come off. I asked, did you tell Robin, that's his accountant, to cut it off? He said, you make your own money. Comey said, did he continue to pay your rent? Yes, he kept paying. Did you learn his houses were searched? Yes, and HSI came to my house. Who hired you a lawyer? Sean. Is Sean still paying for your lawyer now? Yes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Rude child, I need a drink after this. Did you talk to Sly after the 2024
Dum
circus?
dum
Yes,
dum
he
dum.
said he had a tape and he intended to release it bit by bit on the dark web. I asked Sly how did he get the video. He said Sean picked up his phone and recorded with it. I asked Sly Cabral how much he wanted. He said $10,000. I told Sean Cabral just tried to extort me. Sean was crying.
I'm fighting for my life. Yo, kill me with this.
What did he say? Get legal on it. According to Jane, shortly after Cabral's threat, a major media company that Jane did not name contacted her saying it was going to publish the video and asking her for comment. She said, I called my lawyer. Comey says, did the media company ever publish the video? No. Do you know why? No. Then the hotel video of Sean and Cassie came out. I was with Sean in Miami. How did you first learn about the video? There was a knock on the door. It was Sean's son. Sean was called out. I went down and everyone was talking. It was in Two-Star. What happened? Sean was huddled with the team and his family. I was just giving everyone space. Later, we had a huddle. His sons were involved. Huddle for what? To come up with an apology? He showed me a draft of what he would say on social media. Did you read it? He addressed Cassie by name in the draft I saw. I felt it was more heartfelt. I thought it was good enough. Did you talk one-on-one with Sean about the video? Yes. He said that Cassie hit him too. He said that was the only time they had physical violence like that. Then I was told KK was coming and I had to go to another room. I did, and I went back to LA. Do you recognize this? Sean's IG apology. Yes. The video is played for the jury but not on the public screen in the gallery. Sean says disgusting. I have ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm truly sorry. How did you feel about it? I was disappointed. I felt there was no heart. Sidebar, says Estavo. Sure, says the judge. Judge says, jurors, you can leave. Let's take a break. The jury leaves. Judge says, Miss Comey, can I get a proffer as to relevance? If I can't compare the drafts, I'll strike the last question about comparing the drafts. Ignifilo says, we want all the questions stricken. Then Ignifilo continues, I advise not to name Cassie as she might be a grand jury witness, so privilege. Comey says our next question are about Combs' violent assault on Jane and forcing her to have sex with an entertainer while still injured. It goes to state of mind. Comey said I could play the video again and avoid any privilege issues. The judge says, okay, bring the jury back in. All rise. Apology video is being played again. I was effed up. I hit rock bottom. I sought out professional help, going to therapy. I'm going to rehab. Comey said, Jane, what did you understand he was referring to? The hotel elevator lobby video. The next time you saw him was June 18, 2024. Where did you see him? Home in LA, date night in the house. Jonathan came to help set up. What did Jonathan do? Put some candles around the home, decorate with red lights, make the environment cozy. Was the plan to have an entertainer? No, I wore a long brown dress. I opened our patio, which has a really nice view. Did you two get into an argument that night? Yes, we had champagne and some tequila. I started confronting him about who he was with on his family trip to Utah. What did you say to him? I called him a PEDO. He was 25 or more years older. I said, if a girl can't buy her own drinks, what makes you interested in her? I believe she was under 21. Okay, older than 18? Yes, he started tying his shoe. I pushed his head into the marble. Then what? I started throwing candles and glass. I was angry. Jane said she started throwing candles around the house and repeatedly saying to him that she hated him. She said a lot of candle wax went into Combs' clothing, but she didn't see any of the glass hit him directly. He was probably cursing and calling me crazy. I wanted to lock myself in the master bathroom. Had Sean touched you? Not yet. I locked the bedroom door, but he knocked it down. Then he kicked down the bathroom door off the hinges. Jane then ran to the closet and locked the door. She was able to put on new clothes because she wanted to make sure that she had something comfortable to escape in. Combs kicked open that door as well. When Jane left that room to run to the front door, Combs caught her. She said Combs kicked me in the back of my thigh and I fell down. She then testified that he picked her up and put her in a CHOKE hole and CHOKED'd her. And I couldn't breathe. I went to the front door and ran 6 blocks away. How long did you hide there? 2 hours. Then I went back and I saw Sean.
Dumbass.
The bedroom door. I was throwing glass and candles at Sean. I shouted that I hated him. He started punching my head and saying all kinds of things. Like what? That I was trying to keep him away from his kids? I said no, but he kicked me on the grounds. I was balled up. Then he grabbed me by my hair and arms and dragged me back into the house. What was he saying? That I was effing crazy? I kept saying, just leave me the F alone. I called the girl I thought Sean was with and asked if she was on the trip with Sean. She said very insulting things. Then Sean held me down, so I had to listen. What did you do? I told her to shut up and that he was beating my ASS. Sean hung up. Then he told Jonathan to tell me he wasn't with no girl on a trip. After the FaceTime, I went into the shower to cool off. Who was with you? Sean. I saw a black eye forming and welts. How were you in the shower? naked. Sean was in his pants. He slapped me. I fell to the ground of the shower. Then what? I was exhausted. I just sat there. Sean said, just put some ice on it and put an outfit on. Outfit, lingerie, and heels. Sean was using my phone to play POR and no. He texted Anton on my phone. My phone was screen mirrored to the TV. Sean texts, hey, what are you doing? Sean scrolled up and saw Anton's message about our mutual friends. Sean asked me how the mutual friends were. I said I didn't know. Why did you lie? We were on.
This woman is a definition of the weakest fucking link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
A break. I didn't think I needed to say it. Anton showed up. I moved my hair so the injuries couldn't be seen and used makeup like Sean said. I greeted Anton and tried to be polite, asked him how his day was. Sean was giving me his evil stare. Sean said, I need to talk to you. We went into the guest bedroom. What happened there? He said he wanted to know about the mutual friend. I told him I went to Vegas with this rapper and his girlfriend. I saw Anton having sex with another woman. What did Sean say? He said, do you have this PORN star having something over me? Did you take DRUGS? Yes, right around this time, Sean told me, take this effing pill. You're not going to ruin my effing night. Go out there and SUCK his DICK. I said, I don't want to. What did he say? He said, is this coercion? What happened to the pill? I consumed it. I performed oral sex on Anton. Holmes also watched us have sex. I felt sick. I felt like I was not in my own body. I felt disgusted. I felt terrible. How did it end? When Anton finished, I excused him, tried to put on a good face. Sean called me a WHORE. After he left, he sent his security with money to me for Anton, $10,000 or $12,000 in cash for Anton, and then $4,000 for the damaged doors. What did you do with part of the money? I sent $3,000 or $4,000 to Anton. Have you fixed the doors? No, there were other bills. Photos of broken doors shown to the jury, but not on the screen for the public gallery. When did you next see Sean? A few days later. Why? I missed him. According to Jane, both she and Sean Combs had been messaging each other about that night and how bad we were feeling. Jane testified that Combs repeatedly accused her of cheating while she kept apologizing and insisting that nothing had happened. They agreed to see each other and she went to his home. Jane said they tried to be upbeat, but there was more sadness underneath. Sean was basically saying that we were breaking up and we were just going to be friends, adding that he said he loved me, but what I did was wrong. At one point, Combs asked his assistant Jonathan what he had seen on the FaceTime call that night. Jane testified that the assistant said he only saw her crying in the corner when Combs accidentally turned the camera towards her. Then I shot a video of Sean and I in my backyard. Did you inadvertently film your injuries? Yes, my welts. And when you had learned that Sean went to Wyoming, I was outraged. He was with another woman. Did you block him? Yes, both of his numbers, all of his security, and his assistants. For how long? 2 or 3 weeks. Then I saw that his mother had been hospitalized. I wanted to put what happened between us to the side. I flew on a red eye to meet with Sean. And what did you do? We had a really nice time. Sean said, you can tell me when you're tired. What did you say? Let's stop for now and let's see each other later. His demeanor changed. He said a man spends all his money on you and you say you're tired. He threw water on me. He called me a bitch. He gave me an ecstasy pill. What happened? Sean was celebratory. He said, let's go. Did Paul come to Miami? Yes. Did Paul come to 2-Star? Yes. I was given a spray bottle, liquid Molly into my mouth. I felt a surge of high-octane sexual energy. Paul came in. I greeted Paul with that same energy. Did you have sex with Paul in front of Sean? Yes. When was the last time you saw Sean? August 2024 at 2-Star. Did you have sex with Don in front of Sean at 2-Star? Yes. One last text message. The last one I'll ask you to look at. Did you go to New York to see him? No. Why not? He was arrested. Did you get a subpoena? Yes, I had to come November 2024 and then January 2025 and after. Did you see a therapist? Yes, 3 months now. Do you have an attorney for this case? Yes. Who is paying? Sean, and I am still processing. Nothing further. Judge says, jurors, you may go. I'm about sure that after hearing all of this, we probably all need a therapist. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in the...
This is why I have to say to Jane Doe.
Unanimously, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Count, you are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Susan, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. There's 4 votes. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. God, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I don't know. You know, it seems like bad things are always happening to me. Like I have bad luck or something.
Son, you don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
And again, Jane Doe, you're a dumbass and you are the weakest link. Goodbye.